Did you know that right now, thousands of highly skilled tech professionals are struggling to land jobs, even when tech companies are desperate to fill roles? Skills alone won't land you that job, but strategy will. So today, I'll reveal exactly how to beat the competition and get hired quickly in tech, straight from my 14 years as a recruiter. So stick around, especially for tip number 4. Most job seekers never even consider this. Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Luke, a professional recruiter and career coach. And in this video, I'm sharing insider secrets and actionable steps that will help you secure your next tech job fast. So let's dive straight in. Step number 1, clearly understand your job market. So what do I mean by this? Well, before you even send out applications, it's crucial to understand the job market that you're looking at deeply. Some actionable steps that you could do. Make sure you do some market research. So I want you to do some market research. Spend time each week on sites like LinkedIn, Indeed, even Glassdoor. Look specifically at different job listings to see which roles and technologies are mentioned most frequently. And then I want you to identify different trends like increased demand for cloud security or AI engineers or even DevOps specialists. You need to identify high demand skills. So use resources such as LinkedIn Skills Insights to identify exactly what skills current employers are looking for and what they value the most. And this tip will help you a lot. So an example could be, if you notice a surge in job listings mentioning AWS or Azure, for example, consider getting certified or highlighting these skills prominently on your resume. All right, step number 2, optimize your resume for ATS and recruiters. Now, many of you may not know what ATS is, so I have done a video on this more deeply that you can look into. Did you know, first of all, that your resume gets screened by software before a human even sees it? Now, this isn't the case for all companies, don't get me wrong. There are some businesses, normally the bigger ones or the government agencies, will use ATS systems, and quite frankly it's just to speed up their process. But this system will look for keywords to make sure that they're listed on your resume. Now, if the job's asking for cloud security specialists and it needs people that have got Azure experience, for example, or AWS, then if those keywords aren't prominently highlighted on your CV, then the ATS is going to miss it. Therefore, you could miss out on an interview even though you've got the right skills. So use clear and straightforward formatting. Avoid fancy layouts and graphics, you don't need them. Tailor keywords exactly as they appear in job descriptions. Now think about human readability. So clearly show your impact and results using specific numbers and achievements. This grabs recruiters' attention instantly. An example you could use, or let's say don't use, for example, is never say managed a development team. Instead say led a 6-person agile development team to deliver projects 20% faster than scheduled deadlines. So hopefully you see the difference there in both those responses. All right, moving on to step 3, LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn essentially is your digital resume, so make sure it stands out. Recruiters always check LinkedIn profiles. Think of your LinkedIn as your digital handshake. And what can we do to make this stand out for you? Well, headline, make it compelling by clearly stating your job title or skills. For example, AWS certified DevOps engineer, cloud infrastructure specialist. Your about section, well, write a conversational yet professional summary of your skills, your passion, your career highlights. You need to clearly state what you're looking for so the hiring manager or the recruiter can see this straight away. They don't want to be searching for a long time to try and work out what it is you want. Regular activity, so share articles, comment on posts, engage with industry experts. If you see something interesting out there, reply to it. Active users appear higher in recruiters' searches. An extra pro tip would be, today I want you to share a relevant tech article and write a short, insightful commentary. This immediately enhances your visibility, and if you're on the job search, particularly for tech, it's one step closer to doing that. Step 4, network like a pro. Once again, if you're new to my videos, you may not know this, but anyone who has been following my channel for a while, I seem to mention networking in every video, but it's so important. And most job seekers miss this. So a secret I can tell you that recruiters know, that most jobs, especially tech roles, never hit job boards. They're filled through networks or internal referrals. And don't get me wrong, you might go on Indeed now and say, Luke, what are you talking about? There's so many different jobs that are advertised. Yes, there are, but there would be so much more if they all went on there. A lot of jobs will get referred from someone in the business or someone in their network before they even have to put it on a job board. So if you're not networking, networking and you're not getting your name out there, you are going to miss out on roles. So some actionable steps that you can take is effective networking. I want you to join LinkedIn groups. So what can you do about this to help improve your networking? Well, I want you to join LinkedIn groups on X. These social media platforms are a great way for you to get your name out there. I want you to attend virtual tech meetups or webinars and actively comment and engage in these spaces. Another tip I'll give you that most people probably wouldn't think about is looking into something called informational interviews. So this essentially is when you're going to a hiring manager or you're going to a business and you're asking, can I request a short informational Zoom chat to learn more about specific companies or roles? These are crucial, they're low pressure, but they're a powerful way for building genuine connections. So that if there's a hiring manager out there that is hiring or even not hiring, but somewhere that you would really love to learn more about, reach out to them on LinkedIn, send them an email if you have those details. You've got nothing to lose, but they will be impressed that you're forward thinking and the fact that you're trying to get in touch with them. It'll go a long way. Now, an example script to request an informational interview could be something like this. Hi, their name. I recently came across your profile and was really impressed by your journey into DevOps. I'd appreciate a quick 15-minute chat to learn about your experience. I promise to respect your time. Now, it doesn't have to be long. It could be something short like that, but give it a go. You'll be surprised at the outcome. All right, moving on to step 5, acing the tech interview. So getting the interview is half the battle, but now you must master it. And here's exactly how. In-depth company research. I want you to make sure that you know everything possible about that company. Go beyond just their homepage. Have a look at recent news articles, blog posts, social media posts, anything that you can find that will give you insights into the company's culture and possibly any projects that they're currently doing. If you can go into an interview and talk about something that's been in the news recently, it shows that you've done your research, shows that you're keen about the company, and it shows you're not just another person turning up to do an interview who hasn't really prepared. Also, look at STAR method mastery. So what do I mean by this? Well, the STAR method is a great way to answering behavioral questions. Once again, I've done a video on this, so check back through my channel and you'll see an actual video where I talk about this in more detail. But essentially, the STAR method helps you structure your answers using situation, task, action, and result, so you can clearly articulate your contribution. So here's an example to help you understand this better. Situation. Our website frequently experienced downtime which impacted sales. Task. I was tasked with resolving these critical issues. Action. I then implemented a scalable AWS infrastructure and real-time monitoring. Result. This achieved a 99.9% uptime, increasing online sales by 15%. Now, if you follow that simple STAR method, it will help your answer sound polished, professional, and it will get the hiring manager or recruiter's attention. Okay, moving on to step 6. Close strong and follow up effectively. Another tip most of you probably aren't doing, but after your interview, your follow-up email could be the deciding factor. So think about this. Imagine there was 2 of you that got down to the final interview. The hiring manager likes you both. They're not quite sure which one to take. Both you tick a lot of the boxes in your skills, you tick a lot of boxes in culture. So how do they choose? Well, something like this could be the difference. A follow-up email. So if you send a personalized thank you email within 24 hours, mention something specific from your conversation to show genuine interest and include a thoughtful question to keep engagement going. So if you did this and the other person didn't, it could be the fact where they go, well, look, we like them both, but this candidate followed up with an email to thank us. He followed up with an email to show that they really want the role. And this could be the difference that pushes you across the line. Now, an example email could be something like, hi, interviewer's name. Thank you so much for our chat yesterday. I'm especially excited about mentioning a specific project or detail that you discussed. Could you please share the next steps or if there's any more additional information you need from my side? Okay, now moving on to the last tip, a bonus tip, all about negotiating your offer. So congrats. If you got the offer, fantastic. You've done most of the work. You've been preparing, you've done the interview, you've crushed it and you've got an offer. But don't always accept immediately. Negotiate strategically. So some actionable steps to do this. Well, make sure you research salaries for the role and the location by using places like LinkedIn, Glassdoor, or PayScale. Clearly articulate your value and justify your salary expectations with examples from your experience. So don't just say, I'm looking for 100K. Why? I'm looking for 100K because A, B, and C. Ask about non-salary benefits like professional development, Maybe there's courses that you can go on, flexible work arrangements, or even stock options to sweeten your deal. If you don't ask, you don't get, remember that. Now, a pro tip, remember companies often have room to negotiate, and your first offer isn't usually their best offer. Now, don't quote me on that, because you will find sometimes it is their best offer, but I can tell you now that in my experience, most of the time it's not. So there you have it, clear, actionable steps that can dramatically speed up your job search in tech. Remember, navigating the tech job market successfully isn't only about skills, it's also about strategy. Now, if you found this valuable, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more insider tips, and let me know what tech role you're aiming for next. Your feedback also really helps shape future videos. So if there's anything that you want to see, drop it in the comments. I read all of them and I'll get back to you. Now, as always, keep leveling up your career. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.